rained the entire morning, but looking at the forecast, I knew exactly that between 10:30 and 12 the rain is going to stop. There are several moments when it's best for you to be out there in the landscape photographing it. One of those moments is right when the rain stops and you are in the forest or up in the mountains. Now this particular mountain where I am right now, I know for sure that in a situation like this it's going to have heavy fog at the top, but at the base in the forest that it's around the mountain, it's going to be clear. Now why it's good to be in the forest right when the rain stops, it's because the saturated colors and the clean atmosphere that you get. And that's the best way to explore a forest after a rainy day. Rubber boots. Right near the place where I stopped the car, I saw this massive fallen tree. And it's an interesting scene, it's an interesting aspect of the forest. This idea that some things die and some other things live from the things that die, and this continuous cycle that goes on and on and on. I will try to capture this essence in a simple photo that will present the fallen tree, and I hope that I will do justice to it. The most difficult thing in a situation like this is framing, finding a composition that suits the place, then that presents this massive fallen tree in some way in all its glory. Now there's almost a poetic beauty to this entire scene, because as I'm photographing I realized that the sensor of the camera captures the origin of the tree, the place from where it's fallen, it captures in darkness, and then because over here there's much more light, then it's like the tree, it has fallen into the light. Now before I leave I will take another one or two shots with the texture of these really big leaves, and after that I'm going to move along and search for another place to photograph it. As I was walking through the forest, I found a mountain creek. The water is pure even though it was a rainy day. Usually in days like this the water is pretty muddy, but today I'm pretty lucky. Now the small waterfall, it's really small. It's about 30 or 40 centimeters high. Now this means that I'll have to be really low in order to emphasize the dimension of the water, to make it look bigger basically. Besides sitting very low in order to emphasize the size of the waterfall, I'm also using this clearing. As you can see from here there's a little bit of light, and here there is darkness, and here there is darkness, and this way I can focus your attention on the waterfall. I didn't use any ND filters. I didn't want it to make the water super silky smooth, if you want. I wanted to capture a little bit of the texture because the foam of the waterfall was pretty interesting. It looked good. I'm also waiting for the sun to put some light on the leaves in the background, because I think I can underexpose more this way. I can really have a dramatic shot. The whiteness of the water is going to be visible anyway, but having that light on the leaves behind the waterfall, I think it would create a really powerful image. Now the sun has come up behind the clouds and there are spots of light all over the forest, which is not a good thing for me, but I learned over the years that there is a particular type of subject that works very well in a situation like this. It's just a matter of finding it. I need to change lenses for this last shot. I think I found an area that suited my type of subjects, or the type of subject that I'm looking for. And some of you may guess, it's about an intimate shot. It's about using these leaves, for example, or the branches of the trees or whatever, to block some light and to have light only on an element that is interesting, a flower surrounded by all these big leaves. Let me know in comments below what other ideas you have for forest compositions. Link your videos or link your photos in comments below. Let's talk about it some more and let's all learn from it. Now, you can also support me by buying one of my editing classes or join me on one of my workshops. The link is in the description of this video. And until next time, keep on photographing because it's the only way that you can get better. Bye bye.